the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
But if Brock Purdy had a little bit more hype coming in and we knew who he was, not that we didn't in college, shout out Iowa State.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started with this podcast. Welcome, everybody. This is your boy Retro Recap. I appreciate all you tuning into the Double R podcast. Sorry about last week, but I got you covered tonight, today, this afternoon, and looking forward to seeing you guys enjoy what I have to say. Man, oh man. I'll say this: if you're a Maryland fan, if you're a Baltimore anything fan, this was a tough week. Tough week to be a Baltimore fan, a local fan, man. DMV fan. If you are a fan of the Baltimore Ravens, you are pissed off. If you're a fan of the Baltimore Orioles, you're a little bit upset. If you're a Maryland Terrapins fan, you're a little down this weekend. Maryland Terrapins lost to Ohio State. Baltimore Orioles started their two home playoff games against the Texas Rangers, lost both of those games. And then the Ravens lost a game that they had no business losing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if you guys seen my short that I posted yesterday, I meant what I said and I said what I meant. The Ravens make me sick. They make me sick right now. If if I had the same emotion that I had after watching that game right now, you guys would probably see a different version of me that you guys don't want to see. One thing I hate about teams, especially this team, the Ravens, is that teams that you're supposed to beat, and it's evident that you're the best team on the field, you don't win. Now, I'm just going to talk about what I saw in the eye test, because this team literally drives me to drink. Like, no cap. This team drives me to drink. Let's talk about what I've seen with the eye test before I even get into the numbers. Let's just get into the eye test. Once again, we got fumbling issues. Once again, we got interceptions. Once again, we got people that can't hold on to the ball. Once again, we got terrible decisions with going for it on fourth down instead of taking the points. A rivalry game, every point matters. They showed a stat about how close the teams were since Harbaugh and Tomlin got there. It was like 709 points for the Ravens, 711 points for the Steelers. Every time these two teams play, the game is close. I'm sure John Harbaugh knows that. So points are at a premium when you play the Steelers. No matter what type of team they got, they play up for the Ravens. So you got to take your points however you can get those points. You know what I'm saying? So when you turn the ball over, you're fumbling the ball, you can't catch the ball, special teams, what can I say? And when I say special teams, I'm not even blaming Justin Tucker. It's the fact you didn't even call on Justin Tucker to kick a field goal. You made life easier for the Pittsburgh Steelers because you kept it at a one-score game. You kept it at a one-score game, and you already know how these games go down. If the game is close, it could go either way. There was numerous times where the Ravens, I even said it during the game. I said, wow, the Ravens should be up by 20 points by now. And every time the Ravens let teams hang around and hang around and hang around, look what happens. Happened with the Colts. The Ravens should be 5-0 right now. They handled business against the Houston Texans, fine. Cincinnati was their best win of the year. Then they lose to the Colts. Then they beat the Browns. Expectedly, they beat the Browns. Then they lose to they should be 5-0. They should have won this game. They should have won the Colts game. I just don't understand about this team. What is it about this team that can't complete games? You can't beat teams that you can't beat, that you're supposed to beat. People in the comment section on Facebook and everything was talking about, well, people say this offense hasn't peaked yet, and it's still fresh. What the hell about a new offense has to do with the fundamentals of football? Catching the ball, holding on to the ball when you get the ball. There is nothing about a new offense that has anything to do with the fundamentals of football. I don't give a fuck if you in a new offense, the same offense. Catching the ball, holding on to the ball is fundamental football. So you can't blame, okay, Todd Monken got a new offense, and Todd Monken got a new offense, and we're still learning how the plays run and all that. But as an excuse for why you can't hold on to the ball when the ball is thrown to you. Why when you receive a pass, you run after the catch and you fumble the ball. That has nothing to do with a new offense. You could play on any offense. Any offensive coordinator will tell you the fundamentals of football is to protect the ball at all costs. So when people talk about this offense hasn't peaked, I agree that the offense hasn't peaked, but it has nothing to do with 5 drops, a block punt, fumbles everywhere. Like, that has nothing to do with a new offense. If Lamar is getting you the ball, hold on to the damn ball with your damn life until the play is over. When Lamar Jackson throws you a dime, catch the damn ball. Now, people are going to look at Lamar Jackson's stats and be like, well, Lamar Jackson didn't have a good game. Yeah, if you weren't actually watching the game, you would believe that. Let's look at it. Let's pull it up here real fast. Because people don't get it. People don't get it. You just look at the number, and that's why I always say I do eye test and I look at the numbers. Lamar Jackson, if you just look at the numbers, excuse me, I'm a little sick. If you just look at the numbers, 22 of 38, 236, no touchdown, no pick. Cool. If you look at the numbers, you're gonna say Lamar Jackson had a bad game. That's not the case. Lamar Jackson at least threw 3 touchdown passes, at least 3. The numbers would look, the numbers would look, excuse me, the numbers would look different. The numbers would look different had the receivers caught the ball. What's up, Quan? What's goody with you? Thank you, Conscious Beauty, for the 13 months. I appreciate that, man. It's no way in hell we got spanked like that 2 times in a row. Oh, you talking about the Orioles? Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna get to the Orioles in a second. I'm talking about Ravens for a quick second. You're right. Thank you, Conscious Beauty, for the 13 months. Happy Monday to you. People are blaming Lamar Jackson. People are blaming Lamar Jackson for this loss. How? And see, and earlier as I said, the Ravens drive me to drink. Let me go have a nice little drink right now because I'm just getting started here. I'm just getting started here. Please. If Lamar Jackson is throwing you a dime, catch the damn ball. It's just that simple. Nelson Aguilar with a drop. Rashad Bateman with a drop. Mark Andrews with a drop. Zay Flowers with a drop. Zay Flowers slipping all over the place. What is wrong with this team right now? You put up 10 points, and I can count on my hands at least 4 touchdowns that you should have had. This game should have been like 35 to 10, 35 to 5, whatever. 35 to 3. The Steelers couldn't even move the ball. I have nothing to say. They're driving me to drink, like literally. Matter of fact, let me drink another one. Make sure y'all like the video. I got people on Facebook talking about Lamar Jackson played like shit. Well, if you're just looking at the numbers, I can see why you say that. But if you're not looking at the game, Lamar Jackson is dropping dimes to receivers and they can't. Thank you for that. It just popped up. Thank you for that. Don't forget to like the video. Lamar Jackson is dropping dimes to receivers. They can't hold on to the ball. How is that Lamar's fault? Yeah, Lamar Jackson, that one throw to Odell Beckham, the fade route that he got intercepted, that was his worst play of the game because he should never threw that. And Odell Beckham should have fought for the ball more. If you know you can't catch the ball, at least deflect the ball so that the cornerback can't catch the ball. I remember Odell saying, Lamar, if you throw it in my vicinity, I'm going to catch it. Well, damn it, Odell Beckham, where the hell were you at in that play? Lamar Jackson threw it in your direction. If you knew you couldn't catch it, your job is to make sure that the defender doesn't catch it. So not only did the defender catch it, you didn't even try to deflect the ball. You just let him catch it. Was it a poorly thrown ball? Yes, it was. Lamar Jackson should have threw that ball closer to the sideline. He threw it more inside, giving the cornerback a chance to catch the ball. That's Lamar Jackson's fault. No doubt. That's Lamar Jackson's fault. No doubt. Yes, and let me get into that. Thank you, Quan. Thank you. You're helping me with my segments here. Thank you. Odell Beckham Jr. Boy, oh boy, you paid this man $15 million guarantee, and I'm not gonna sit here and say he's a bust. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's a bust. But damn it, he played in the first game of the season, the Cincinnati Bengals game. He missed majority of that game. He didn't play in the Colts game. He didn't play in the Browns game. He got injured in this game. He came back. He has not made an impact like I thought he was. Now, granted, the season is still early, so I'm not going to sit there and bag on Odell Beckham Jr. right now. The season's still early, but damn it, he hasn't done anything. No touchdown pass, no real, other than that over-the-shoulder catch in week 1, he hasn't really made an impact. Exactly, and I talked about that earlier. Why don't you use Justin Tucker? Why don't you use Justin Tucker? You want to keep going for it on 4th down against the Steelers. Like I said earlier, this is a rivalry game. These two teams are even. This is like peanut butter and jelly. These two teams are like neck and neck. You gotta take the points when you got them. When there are points on the field, you take them. There was a stat in this game. The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't get into the red zone until the 4th quarter. Let that sink in. The Pittsburgh Steelers did not even get into the red zone. Thank you, City John. What's goody, baby? The Pittsburgh Steelers did not make it into the red zone until the 4th quarter. That means their offense wasn't moving. Defense was doing their thing. I'm not even going to bag the defense. Roquan Smith, the Javion Clowney, Patrick Queen, Kyle Hamilton. You guys did your thing. Marlon Humphrey, yes, he got beat on that one play at the end, but I'm not blaming the defense. The defense played good. The Steelers offense is garbage. The Steelers, matter of fact, let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers here. Let me pull up the numbers here for a second. Let's pull up the numbers here. We got team stats. Hold on, do we have team stats up here? The Steelers had, Kenny Pickett had 202 passing yards. They had 87 rushing. They had 289 yards of offense. The defense is fine. The defense has played good every single game. They played good against Houston, even Cincinnati. Cincinnati scored 24 points, but you got to remember, one of those touchdowns that the Bengals got was on a return. So the defense only gave up 17 points to the Bengals. They defense played good against the Colts. They gave up a lot of field goals. And the Browns game, they gave up 3 points. In this game, the defense has played good every single game, considering the injuries that they have. The offense has been inconsistent. Lamar Jackson, yes, he has fumbling issues, but I'm not going to blame Lamar Jackson this game. I blame this game on Rashad Bateman. And Rashad Bateman, I vouched for you the last podcast. I said, give him the damn ball and let him cook. He's your number one receiver. Let him handle his business. Well, you let me down, dog. I'm just going to be honest with you. Rashad Bateman, you let me down. Because you don't get many opportunities. The one time you get an opportunity, you drop the ball in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to compound the issue, but damn it, I'm up here vouching for you. I actually like you as a receiver. I really think you can be one of our best receivers, but you haven't looked like it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting many opportunities to catch the damn ball, you gotta make the opportunities that you do get count. If you're only getting 3 targets a game, you need to get 3 catches a game. They're not throwing you the ball. Now, I don't know. I don't have access to the film, so I don't know if he's getting open and Lamar Jackson is missing him, or is he not getting open at all? And that's the reason why he's not getting. I don't know. But all I know is that Rashad Bateman is not getting targeted, and then when you do get targeted, you're not catching the ball. At least this game. What's up, John? Great to see you, man. I am tired of this team, and I said it in my video, and that was my raw emotion. I am tired of this team, and I don't give a damn what anybody says. People in the comment section on that video on YouTube that I made yesterday are talking about, well, you're not a real fan. What do you mean I'm not a real fan? I'm commenting on what I see. You're not a real fan. So I'm not a real fan because I'm commenting the fact that they can't catch the ball, they can't hold the ball. You're not using Justin Tucker when you need to. What do you mean that's not a real fan? I'm commenting on what I see. I'm commenting on what I see. Am I wrong as a fan to comment on what I see? I still love this team. But damn it, somebody gotta say something. John Harbaugh ain't doing nothing. Somebody gotta say something. I'm tired of this. I am a fan. I've been a fan of this team since fucking 1998. And I've seen bad years, I've seen Super Bowl years. And I'm just commenting on what I see. This team stinks right now. They stink. This offense stinks. I'm not even gonna talk about the defense. This offense stinks. John Harbaugh stinks right now. Listen to this. The play before they went for it on 4th down where they should have kicked the field goal. They actually called a timeout right before that play. They called a timeout. I was like, why y'all call a timeout? I'm assuming they weren't ready to run the play. I'm like, all right, cool. They're gonna run Tucker out there to kick a field goal. They bring the offense back out there. The offense wasn't prepared. Now, Tyler Linderbaum did say at the post game that he saw one of the Steelers jump off sides and he snapped the ball. I don't know if the Ravens were really going to run a play or not. I'm assuming they were going to run a play because you just called a timeout before the play. And then what did you get? You got Lamar Jackson just this overthrow. That's your 4th down play. What the hell are y'all doing? I don't care what the Steelers record is. I don't care what the Ravens record is. When these two teams lock up, it's going to be a close game. I don't care if the Ravens are a much better team than the Steelers or the Steelers are a much better team than the Ravens. When these two teams play, it's a close game. So if you know that, Harbaugh, you've been the coach of this team since 2008. If you know that, you take the damn points. You don't just give away free points. Did you lose the game by 3? No, you didn't. But if you kicked the field goal, you would have made this a 2-possession game. The Steelers have no kind of offense. If it's a 2-possession game, you win the game. You win the game. It's just that simple. Why does this team make it harder on themselves to handle business? Let's listen to what John Harbaugh had to say after this game, and then I'm gonna come back and give my take on this. Let's listen to Harbaugh here.
To win the game, that was a great win for them. Disappointing loss for us. Had our opportunities, obviously, and played hard. I mean, I love the way the guys play. They play hard. They fight. We've got to finish plays and do things like that you need to do to win a game like this, and that's we have to fight for that going forward. Got a lot of football left to be played. It's going to be week 6, and we need to clean that stuff up and finish.
This is not on me. This is on. Oh, I'm sorry. This is on me. My bad.
The Steelers making the plays they had to make to win the game. That was a great win for them. Disappointing loss for us. Had our opportunities, obviously, and played hard. I mean, I love the way the guys play. They play hard. They fight. We've got to finish plays and do things like that you need to do to win a game like this, and we have to fight for that going forward. Got a lot of football left to be played. It's going to be week 6, and we need to clean that stuff up and finish games. What questions do you have?
John, what went into the decision at the end of the first half not to kick the field goal on 4th and 2?
Yeah, we were planning on kicking the field goal there. The idea was to run the clock down, and not leave them time coming back the other way, and then, just call timeout and kick the
Time out here. Time the hell out. Time the hell out here. We wanted to run the clock out so that they wouldn't have time to get the ball back. Dog, they're not even moving the ball against you. Why does it matter? The Steelers aren't even moving the ball. Like, up until that point, the Steelers are not doing anything against you. The Steelers aren't doing anything against you. If they get the ball back with 30, 40 seconds left, who gives a shit? They're not even moving the ball. They have no offense here. Your defense is playing really good right now. Make that make sense. If you just understand the flow of the game, the Steelers were not moving the ball. So if you're worried about giving them the ball back with 30 seconds left, then you must don't have faith in your defense that they can hold it down for one more possession. Because your defense up until this point was dominating them. I'm sorry, Harbaugh. I love you, but come on now.
And not leave them time coming back the other way, and then just call timeout and kick the field goal. But we had just a miscommunication, heat of battle. We weren't on the same page. They jumped in the neutral zone, and guys thought they were in the neutral zone and went ahead and snapped it. So that wasn't what we were planning on doing. You could see Lamar was surprised by the snap. So that was just one of those things operationally that we just have to get
miscommunications for the second week in a row.
Really, where we're at, we just got to get better operational things and clean stuff up and make those plays. I think we're that close in so many ways, but that's the difference in a game on the road like this, in this kind of a rivalry game. So we'll learn from it. We have to, and get better and move forward and be better next week in those areas.
So, John, were you close to calling a timeout at that time, or?
We were going to run the clock down and call timeout. Yeah. So, if they would jump. Now, Lamar's doing a great job trying to get cadence and trying to get him to jump. If we get to free, then that's good.
Hold up. He said they were going to run the ball and run. Hold up. Wait, what?
Call timeout.
Hold up.
and be better next week in those areas.
John, were you close to calling a timeout at that time, or?
We were going to run the clock down and call timeout. Yeah.
Hold up. They were gonna run the clock down. Wasn't it fourth down? Wasn't it fourth down? Isn't that the reason why? I'm confused here. Wasn't it already a fourth down? So how you gonna run the clock out? How you gonna run a play and run the clock out if it's already? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I gotta go back and watch the game. But I thought it was already fourth down. So what do you mean you're gonna run the clock out? You either kick it or you go for it. I didn't understand. I don't understand.
So if they would jump. Now Lamar's doing a great job trying to get cadence and trying to get him to jump. If we get to free, then that's good. But it's a no snap type situation.
Okay, it was a no snap.
John, was there any thought given just to pounding the ball after the punt recovery inside there to running Gus and trying to run it in there?
We did run the first time. That was the first call. And you make the play calls that were made. That's the things that you think are going to get in the end zone. That's what we try to do.
John, what did you see on the punt block from the Steelers?
Just a gap rush. We didn't block the guy we were supposed to block. And another situation where we can. To me, that's kind of an example of the whole game right there. We did not do the things we need to do in certain situations that we're capable of doing, we can do, we will do going forward, but we didn't do them today.
John, I know we talk about there's no real themes to turnovers, it seems like it, but is there anything you can do to try to, going forward, other than to say, don't turn the ball over?
No, well, we emphasize it in practice every day, and we'll just keep working to do that. There's a lot of things that go into that. There's obviously, you got a great pass rush out there, bringing heat in those situations and trying to, we're trying to make plays and do the things we got to do. So it's definitely something we'll be chasing going forward. It's not something that we want to do. It makes a difference in games. There's no doubt about it.
Were you surprised by the drop passes today?
I'm not surprised by anything in the NFL and football. It's just the way it goes. And
Shit, I was.
I know we'll make those plays going forward. Those are balls that our guys are going to catch. They catch them all the time.
I mean, that's what he's supposed to say, so I get it.
Don't get you tomorrow. Any injury updates that you can share?
I don't have any right now, no. It just came from the team. All right.
Okay, I expect him to say that. Let me give you Recap's take on that. Is Recap surprised that they dropped the ball as much as they did? Yes, I am. Recap is surprised because you got receivers that should be able to hang on to the ball. Rashad Bateman should be able to catch that ball. You got to remember, these drops that we're talking about, they weren't even contested. These were open catches that these people should make. Nelson Aguilar, he's running a streak route down the sideline on the right hash, just drops the ball. These are catches that you're supposed to make. You know what I'm saying? I don't get Harbaugh when he talk about miscommunication. You're the coach. Your job is to make sure communication is at its peak. There shouldn't be any communicate. If I'm the coach and Conscious Beauty is the player, my job is to make sure that Conscious Beauty knows exactly what's going on every single second of this game. If there's a time where you don't understand what's going on, then we need to communicate that. As Quan said, they're scared. We have the best kicker in the league, but you're afraid to use them. I just don't understand this team. I really don't understand this team. So I stand by everything I said, John 7-0. This team makes me sick. And we're gonna and that's the way I'm rolling with this. This team makes me sick. I'm tired of defending this team. With on paper, you guys should be one of the best teams in the league. You guys should be 5-0, but yet we're sitting here talking about 3-2, and you scored 10 points, and you scored nothing in the second half. Come on now. Once again, my argument last week. Get Gus Edwards the damn ball. Well, let's see. 12 carries. Gus Edwards should have around 20 carries a game. Utilize your weapons. He is a weapon for you. Utilize him. There's no reason why he should only have 12 carries. He should be in the 17 to 20 carry range. I don't understand this team. I don't understand this damn team. Once again, get your playmakers the ball. I will give them credit. Zay Flowers, week after week, consistently has over 8 targets a game. They're trying to give Zay Flowers the ball. And I'm not mad at them for that, because right now he's your best receiver on the team. So damn it, give him the ball. But even he had issues yesterday. He had a drop. He had a play where He should have made another catch, but he slipped, and it was almost intercepted. Like, so Zay Flowers is not absolved, but I'm not gonna get on Zay Flowers because Zay Flowers has been balling. But 11 targets, they're trying to give him the ball. Odell Beckham Jr. Quan just talked about Odell Beckham Jr. Is he a waste of money? I can't call him a waste of money. The season's not over yet to say he's a waste of money, but as of right now, I will say we have not got a good return on investment with Odell Beckham Jr. We have not. I'm waiting to see, and like I said, I'm not saying it's all Odell Beckham. Maybe it's Lamar not seeing him. I don't know. All I know is Odell Beckham Jr. has not made an impact on this team as I thought he would, and I need him to do so. Captain Buggy, what's going on with you, man? Nelson Aguilar, I can't really get into Nelson Aguilar like that because Nelson Aguilar has been playing pretty solid for us. He missed that one catch for a touchdown. He missed it, but I cannot knock him. Mark Andrews does what Mark Andrews does. 6 catches, 65 yards. You know what I'm saying? I like the way Justice Hill looks when they give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You know what I'm saying? Get to the fumbles. Once again, Lamar Jackson fumbles, Justice Hill fumbles, Keon Seymour fumbles. Nelson, like this team can't hold on to the damn ball. What is wrong with this team in holding on to the ball? They need to get in the practice field and focus on how to catch and how to secure a football. The basics, because I've never seen a Ravens team that can't hold on to the ball as much as this team. We have to be leading the league in fumbles this year. I don't even have the exact stat, but I know we got to be leading the league in fumbles. Every single week I get on here, I feel like I'm talking about the same thing. Fumble, fumble, fumble. Every single week, I'm talking about the same thing. And John Harbaugh's accountable for that. The receivers are accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? What is the problem? Like, do y'all have chicken grease on your hands where the ball is just sliding through? I don't get it. I don't get this team. Now you gotta go over to London and play the Tennessee Titans in London. And we already know the last time that the Ravens went to London. What's up, man? Great to see you. We already know the last time the Ravens went to London, what happened in London. So now you got this ugly game. Now you got to go across the country to London to play a football game, and I don't know how you're going to perform. I mean, it's different when you play over London. It's a time difference. You might have jet lag. I mean, it's a lot of things that could happen with that. I just hope they come prepared. Tennessee hasn't looked the best either, but Tennessee is more than capable of beating the Ravens especially if the Ravens keep playing like this. So they're gonna have to step their game up. Like, seriously, they're gonna have to step their game up because this is a joke. This is a joke. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what can I say? Special teams. We talked about this earlier. Special teams. You have the greatest kicker in the history of football, and you don't use them. You had a block punt for a safety. John Harbaugh said, "Well, we just didn't cover it up." Well, damn it, you're a special teams coach. What the hell you mean you didn't cover up? Your specialty is special teams. We shouldn't be seeing this. For a guy that has a special teams background, you sure don't like going to your special teams. You don't like using Justin Tucker. Is this the second field goal block of the year? I feel like they had a block punt early in the year. Maybe I'm tripping. Or maybe we got a block punt. No, we got a block punt. That was against the Colts. I don't get it. John Harbaugh, you've got to do better, man. You've got to do better. You know what I'm saying? What's next? So what do they got to improve on? I'm not even gonna talk about the defense. The defense played good. The defense played good. I have nothing to say about the defense. Offense, what do you gotta do better? You gotta practice securing the ball. I don't know what kind of drills you do, but you gotta hold on to the damn ball. Because when the Ravens don't turn the ball over, I feel like I can say this with any team, but if you don't turn the ball over, you have a good chance of winning the game. When you give the ball to the other team, then all hell breaks loose. Then teams that are worse than you have a chance of beating you because you're giving them the ball. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them the ball. You're making it easier for teams to handle their business against you because you're giving them the damn ball. Receivers, practice catching the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ball is going, I mean, the drops yesterday were ridiculous. I mean, I'm not even gonna sit here and beat a dead horse. They just gotta catch the ball. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be 3-3 real quick if they don't handle that. If they don't handle their business against Tennessee. And John, they drive me to drink, man. Guess what I'm drinking, man? This is what they got me drinking, man. They are 3-2, and they should easily be 5-0. I'm done talking about this team. This team at this current moment makes me sick, because early in the year I said, how do you stop this Ravens offense? Well, it's pretty simple how you stop this Ravens offense. The Ravens offense stops the Ravens offense. It's not even defense. It's not even the opposing defense that's giving the Ravens fits. They can't hold on to the ball. They can't catch the ball. You don't use your secret weapon. You don't use your secret weapon when you got one. It's just that simple. You're not utilizing the weapons that you got. The weapons that you got can't hold on to the ball. Odell Beckham has not been a presence. It's just that simple. Catch the damn ball. Don't turn the ball over. Lamar Jackson is if you factor in, like, just like the game a couple years ago against the Lions, where Hollywood Brown had 3 drop touchdowns, and everybody was looking like Lamar had a bad game. No, Lamar didn't have a bad game. The receivers aren't catching the ball. This dropping shit has been happening for like the last 3 years now. Since 2021, the receivers have a problem with dropping the ball. Hollywood Brown dropping the ball. Now you got Nelson Aguilar dropping the ball. You got Zay Flowers with a drop. Mark Andrews, believe it or not, Mark Andrews drops the ball a lot too. He catches the ball a lot, but he drops a lot too. He's a high volume guy. And I get it. Every once in a while, you're going to not catch the ball. But Mark Andrews drops the ball a lot too. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this team with can't hold on to the football, but they are a good team if they can do that. Look how good this defense is playing. You know, at some point, the defense is going to crack at least 1 or 2 games. The offense is going to have to pick them up. The defense is literally carrying this team right now. They should be 5-0 right now. But they're not. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. And like I said earlier, I'm gonna continue to comment on this team the way I see it. It's not about being a fake fan. It's not about being anything like that. I'm commenting on what I see. And right now, this team offensively is not good. And that's what my eyes are telling me. The numbers are telling me the same thing. So it's not about being a fake fan. Why do you cheer for them? I cheer for them because they're my hometown team. And I know they have the potential to be great, but they're not playing like it. That's why I'm pissed off. If there was no expectations coming into this year about this team, then I wouldn't give a shit. Because the expectation would be they're trash. But not when you're expected to be good and you're playing like trash. That's when I have a problem with you. Because you are expected to be good and you're not playing good. That's the problem here. That's the problem here. All right. I'm done talking Ravens. They make me sick. They make me sick. John 7-0. They make me sick. Let's get on to Orioles here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on to Orioles here. Give me a second here. Orioles, I mean, what can I say? I had high hopes for this team. People have been asking me on the podcast, are the Orioles going to get to the World Series? And I was like, and I said it on Noam's podcast the other day. I said, look, the Orioles are a great team, but baseball is all about matchups. Who is the better matchup for you? And I said it a couple days ago. I said, I don't think the Rangers are a good matchup for the Orioles because they can rake the baseball. Yeah, their bullpen has not been good, and I'll talk about that in a second. But they can rake the baseball. And one thing about the Orioles that they haven't been doing, need a COVID mask. One thing about the Orioles is that they haven't been hitting the ball recently. So if you can't match the Rangers offense and your pitching staff is good, but it's not great, this is what you get. The Orioles lose game 1, 3-2, and I was like, all right, they're gonna rebound in game 1, and then they lose game 2. Look at the numbers. This is from Saturday. This is game from Saturday. If you look at the numbers, you would think the Orioles should win this game. The Orioles pitchers in game 1, let me blow this up for you guys. The Orioles in game 1 had 17 strikeouts. Bradish had 9. DL Hall had 3. Tyler Wells had 2. Perez had 2. They had 17 strikeouts. I mean, let that sink in. That means 17 swing and misses for strike 3 or caught looking. The problem is the Orioles offense has not been producing. This is the one game you should have won because Texas ain't gonna score 3 runs a game for long. What happened game 2? They scored 11. So if there was ever a chance to win a game, it should have been the first game because you held them to 3 runs. But the offense, the problem with the Orioles offense right now, you can't hit with runners in scoring position. That's what this comes down to. The Orioles had base runners in both games, but they can't get that clutch 2-out hit or 1-out man on. They hit into a double play. Rally killers. Now you're going into game 3 against the Rangers down 0-2, and if you lose one more game, you're going to get swept. A team that has not been swept all this year. One of the things that the Rangers have been doing good.
Oh, hell no!
One of the things that the Rangers have been doing good that's been neutralizing the Orioles is that they've been throwing a lot of left-handers out there. Now, I'm not saying the Orioles are not a good left-handed hitting team, but what that does is it neutralizes Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn, to me, is one of their best hitters on the team, one of the most clutch hitters on the team. Because Brandon Hyde does not want to go lefty on lefty, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I really get it. Ryan Mountcastle is better against left-handed hitting than Ryan O'Hearn is. And I think the Rangers know Ryan O'Hearn's value. The Orioles can only use him as a pinch hitter because literally Ryan O'Hearn doesn't hit great against left-handers, and the Rangers have been throwing left-handers out there. The Orioles offense is much better when O'Hearn is playing. And so the bats aren't hot. Adley Rutschman has been hot. Gunnar Henderson has been playing good. Austin Hayes been swinging. Anthony Santander after game 1, he didn't do anything game 2. Mateo actually looked pretty good yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But the pitching has to get better. The offense has to get better. I know we're saying a lot, but here's the one thing I got going for the Orioles. They are much better. They are a better road team than they are a home team. And so I said that before the series started. I said the Orioles play better on the road. I said this to Quan the other day. I said the Orioles play better on the road than they do home. And I said this is going to be a curse for them to have the first 2 games at home because they are a better road team. Now, do I expect them to win game 3? I actually do. I think this team has a lot of heart, and I don't think that they're going to get swept. Do I think they're going to win this series? I do not know. It depends on how they look in game 3. Because you got to neutralize Texas, man. You just got to neutralize Texas, man. I just don't understand like this. Let's listen to Brandon Hyde real fast. I want to get to his Hyde, his press conference real fast. I expect him to win game 3 as well. Let's listen to his post game though, and then we'll go from there. Hold on real quick. Let me get Brandon Hyde up. Yeah, I expect them to win game 3 as well, dog, because if they don't, this series is over, man. All right, let's listen to the manager of the Orioles after a game 2 loss.
What wasn't working for Grayson today?
Excuse me. 4 walks hurt, but he had he was getting ahead of quite a few hitters there, especially in that big inning. Just had a tough time putting guys away. Some 1-2 counts, some 0-2 hits. Just for me, a tough time finishing guys, and the guys he was working behind in the count. And the other times with 4 walks, but it was just a young starter that just didn't have his best stuff from the get-go.
Okay, Dan, in front.
Brandon, you've talked about this team's resiliency all year. We've written about the resiliency all year. This obviously is the biggest test now that you face here. How much do you believe in this team's ability to come back?
Yeah, I mean, our backs are against the wall right now, and tonight wasn't our best night on the mound. Give our guys a lot of credit for being down 9-2 and then kind of giving ourselves a chance a little bit, getting some base runners, scratching away a little bit. But we have to go to Texas and play well. We haven't played our 2 best games here, and we've played well on the road all year. So hopefully we can play well on the road.
Okay, second row on the left.
Brandon, just
on the road all year.
He's right. He's right about that. They do play good on the road.
2 best games here, And we played well on the road all year, so hopefully we can play well on the road.
Okay, second round.
That is facts.
Brandon, just the way Texas is swinging the bat right now, how hard are they to match up with, especially when you're getting into your bullpen so early?
Yeah, no, it's a good offense, and it's been a really good offense all year, but we also walked 11 of them. So you're not doing yourself any favors by putting that much traffic out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, third row on your right.
That's a crazy number.
Did you consider bringing in Jack Flaherty in the third inning a little bit earlier there?
Well, in the third inning, I had a lot of game left, and so I pretty much used everybody available. So when I started with Baker against the bottom of the order there, I was hoping he'd give us an inning. That didn't work out. Webby gave up the grand slam and then went out and pitched the next inning. I thought Jack did an okay job there, giving us 2 innings in the middle part of the game.
Okay, over here in the third row.
Brandon, do you think the Texas Rangers almost strategically called timeouts today on Grayson early in the game? It seemed like when he had 2 strikes, there was a lot of timeouts called.
I think that's pretty uniform around the league right now. Most hitters, when they're getting the 2 strikes, are calling timeout. So I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
You can give him the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brandon, what was the significance of Kyle Gibson warming up in the 9th?
Well, that was it. So Gibby was a pitcher. If I was gonna have Cano go back out for the 10th, we somehow tied it, but Gibby was gonna be pitching after that, and he just wanted to get a little bit touch and feel off the mound.
Okay, over on the right.
Sorry, I forgot my question. Do you think the day off tomorrow can be good for your guys?
We get good for our pitching right now since I used everybody tonight. So, hopefully we can regroup, get a nice day off, get a little workout in tomorrow, and then be ready to go in a couple days.
Dan, go ahead.
With Kyle, just to follow up, is there anything we can read into that as far as Tuesday, Wednesday is concerned?
No. No, we need to win next game, so pretty much
Exactly.
everybody's gonna be available the next 2 days from
Exactly.
now.
One more.
Jorge Mateo with a great game, 4
Yeah.
for 4. How nice was that to see out of him, and maybe to get him going could be big for you guys moving forward.
Yeah, I was hoping Jorge could be a little spark for us, and he was. When he's on base, it's exciting, and he does. Like I said a lot, he gets on base, he scores majority of the time. So good to see him swing the bat the way he did. He's been swinging the bat well off left-handed pitching, really a lot of the second half, and he did a really nice game offensively for us.
Over here in the front.
How about Aaron Hicks showing some postseason experience there at the end?
Yeah, no doubt. Hicksy's done good. Hicksy's coming to play. He did a great job. Huge 3-run homer there to if we can, O'Hearn hits that ball to the wall next opposite field. So we did give ourselves a chance. We just came up short.
Mm-hmm. They
Brandon,
did.
thanks for the time.
All right,
Safe
thank you.
They did. I give them that. They did fight. So you heard it from the manager. Man. They're down 0-2. They play better on the road. There's a little bit of optimism that they'll be good for game 3. I mean, this team has not been swept all year. If they lose one more game, they're going to get swept. So the only thing I can hang my hat on is that they play better on the road. The offense did look a little bit better in the last game, but their pitching going to have to get it together, because you can't pitch like that and expect the Rangers to just lie down. The Rangers can swing the bat. You're going to have to bring your A game. And I said the Orioles going to have to match their offense. And I don't think that they can, but they haven't looked all that good the last 3 weeks. So how can the Orioles avoid a sweep? Pitch better and hit. And I know that's as generic as it gets. I expect Ryan O'Hearn to be in the lineup for the next game against a right-handed pitcher. I think their next starter is a right-handed guy. I believe so. I gotta check. I need Cedric Mullins to show up. Cedric Mullins has not shown up in this series. I need Gunnar Henderson to continue to do what he do. I need Rutschman to show up on the offensive side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? I need him to call a good game behind the plate. If they're gonna win, if they got any chance of winning, we're not even. Here's the thing: when you're down 0-2, we're not even looking at the grand picture here. It's win one game at a time, one inning at a time. 3 and outs. 1 inning, score runs. We're not looking at winning game 3, winning game 4. We're just looking at inning by inning, pitch by pitch at this point. If you have that kind of mindset and not looking at the bigger picture, oh, we need to win this game, and just play inning by inning, pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat, and have good at bats, be patient, swing when you need to, you'll be good. That's the only way they're going to be able to win this next game. And then we can talk about game 4 and then go from there. But you can't win, you can't get the game 4 unless you get the game 3. So I need them to be patient, swing the bat, have good at bats. One thing about this team is that they've been resilient all year long. So I expect nothing different coming into this next game. And like I said, all my teams lost this week. Maryland college football, the Ravens lost, the Orioles lost twice. This was not a good week for me. This was not a good week for me. Ravens, I'm not talking about you no more for the rest of the week. No more for the rest of the week until I do my predictions. I'm done talking about you guys. Orioles, I'm a bigger baseball. I'm a bigger baseball fan than football fan. So I was really rooting for the Orioles a lot this year, and I'm not mad at them. Yeah, they had the best record in the league, but I'm not mad at them because they had a great year. They had a great year. You just ran into a team that was not a good matchup for you. I would have rather than played Minnesota or Houston than Texas or even Tampa Bay. I think that would have been a better match. I think this was the worst possible matchup that we could have gotten in the first round. On top of the fact that one of the biggest weaknesses for Texas was their bullpen. Their bullpen has actually looked pretty good because the Orioles can't get hits and runners in scoring position. In game 1, Chapman come out there throwing balls. The guy Sprouse came out there all over the place. You're walking guys, you get guys on base, but you can't get that one big hit to drive them in. Their bullpen hasn't been looking the best, but if you look at from giving up runs, they haven't been giving up no runs. They haven't really given up no runs that matter. But the Orioles are getting guys on base against this bullpen. They just can't get the big hit. So hopefully they can translate those hits into against the bullpen on the next game and handle business. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys. John 570, Captain Buggy, Urtaza, Conscious Beauty, Quan, thank you guys for coming through. City John, thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you guys. This is the Double R podcast. And as for tomorrow, as for the rest of the week, tomorrow we're doing our power rankings, our NFL power rankings tomorrow. Thursday we are doing our week. What are we in? Week 6 predictions. So be on the lookout for the channel. They also may be throwing some clips, some more shorts in there. Make sure you go check out my last short. The Baltimore Ravens make me sick. People have been commenting on that. People have been watching that video. People got a lot of opinions to say about me being not a real fan and all that. So go check it out. It's great stuff. You know, so and as far as Twitch, I actually may go live on Twitch tonight. I wasn't going to, but I may go live on Twitch tonight. So be on the lookout for that as well. Thank you, John, for being here. You're the best. Like I said, I just want to say a big shout out to you because we had a chance to vibe out over the last couple of weeks. You're amazing. You're a great guy.